A brand new extended gameplay session of Jurassic World Evolution 3 has just dropped and, well, I pulled it from the stream and uploaded it in German, but Frontier uploaded an English language version in high quality, so here we go, a deep dive into the new footage and the over 10 new confirmed species. Immediately at the beginning of the video, we get our very first glimpse at the new architectural style for the Din, which appears to be modernistic with some strong structural elements. It's the kind of thing you might see in a zoo or a sanctuary, which makes a lot of sense. We also get a glimpse of the returning fossil display frame and a new fossil hanging artwork, a sort of small wall fossil over here as well. The cutout statue at the very start is the same one we glimpsed in the trailers and original images those months ago. It seems to be a Utah raptor. They're really playing with us on this map. For now though, we're focusing on Jurassic Park era buildings with these shops and stores likely made in the same way they were in Evolution 2 with those era toggle options. This is a slightly interesting one on the left though. It feels like a little bit of a tease because I might have thought this said boat originally. But it's GOAT, G-O-A-T. Now, why a storefront of some form would have the name of either the mammal or the G-O-A-T, the greatest of all time, I don't know, but I think they're just banking on a bit of pun fun. The Rex skeleton is also back, propped up here on some rocks in the middle of the pathway. It's worth noting it is in a slightly different pose than the original skeleton though. Perhaps we'll have multiple, or, and I do think this is more likely, perhaps we'll have access to the individual pieces, the torso, the skull, the legs, etc. to be able to put together our very own skeleton designs. The skull, at the very least, can be placed individually, and we'll see that a little bit later on in the video. There's a little detail here on this absolutely beautiful looking lagoon viewing area. It's had some modular work done clearly, but with this kind of tan reddish stonework, which is a brand new colour combo for this game, and there's a decal printed onto the side as you can see. Now we actually saw a decal sank into the pathing in yesterday's new footage, so unless that was something else entirely, it seems we're going to have quite a few shapes and different symbols to play with that we can decorate our buildings and our flooring with. We get some lovely shots of the building decoration options before this wide open shot of the map. Now, no sign yet of yesterday's mystery theropod, I do think it was Utaranus, but the map itself is interesting with this water-filled canyon stretching way out into the distance, and our lagoon seemingly folding into that a little bit. Now, it's not a natural lagoon, we will see it again in a little bit, but it does look like one from a distance at least. There's also this interesting little bit on the left-hand side. Enhance. It looks like a long curved piece of fence with like a Jurassic logo placed over the top of it in a circle. It certainly looks like a gate that would swing open, but it's also huge. It's quite hard to parse what this is. I do wonder if it's simply using a decorative mesh piece as a piece of fence and then connecting the fence to either side. Or is it a whole new fence style? Is it like a decorative fence piece that will actually function as a fence? It's hard to say, but it's the first non-rock boundary we've seen as far as I'm aware. Now, the bulk of the video concerns this new DIN building, very modernistic in style now, and this is the new marketplace. The voiceover mentions how you're not going to have access to this from the get-go. It's a late game building, at least when it comes to the campaign. Before that though, we can also see some new Din themed vehicles, white and blue with some warning strips across the larger truck vehicle. That's your standard ranger vehicle, your medical vehicle, and then the new ATV buggy, which I am very excited about. The vehicles look pretty similar to the DPG style ones we had in the past, but they're nice enough. The new marketplace looks to operate basically like a legitimized black market from the Malta DLC in the last game. But that doesn't mean all the sellers are on the up and up. This guy has literally called themselves Dark Jurassic Anon after all. Is this a purposeful nod to the Dark Jurassic website then that was featured in Jurassic World Chaos Theory? Basically that was a dark web website that tracks down dinosaurs using less than scrupulous means. We've already seen that the DIN is under threat from some outside organisation. Perhaps it's a fun little nod and nothing more. Perhaps Chaos Theory is going to tie into this game and the wider franchise a little bit more. Everything else is in place as expected. The number of animals, the appeal rating, the price, and whether the seller can be trusted. And of course, that's not all. The first of many new confirmed animals is Dimorphodon. always a guarantee, of course, it's a movie canon creature, but it's yet another one for the list regardless. We go through largely the same process again now with the lagoons and, you guessed it, with Mosasaurus. I'm somewhat sure there's a good reason why it's playing out like this, but it's beginning to feel a little bit weird that we haven't seen a single aquatic species other than Mosasaurus. We've basically got confirmation on Dunkleosteus and Megalodon as well thanks to statues, but they are nowhere to be found. It's bizarre. Don't get me wrong, the Mosa looks great, the juveniles are adorable, the movement through the water looks really slick, and the shark eating animation is a classic, but can we have something else? Please? Moving from that back to the dinosaurs though, this is where things begin to get good. From this list we can confirm that Troodon and Diplodocus are both returning. Diplo makes a lot of sense because we know Ankylodocus is joining in, and Troodon is a sort of wider canon dinosaur-ish, although I'm a little surprised it made the cut. I thought it would be either Troodon or Segisaurus, and I thought Segisaurus would be the one to make it in. The player decides to buy a Gallimimus for this lovely open ready-made enclosure, and then they go to confirm delivery and we get a glimpse of many more confirmed dinosaurs. You can pretty easily see Apatosaurus, Archaeornithomimus, Microceratus, Morus intrepidus and Nasutoceratops all in this one image. But if we enhance and squint a little bit here, and I accept it's very tough to see, but you can just make out beneath the lighter blue a few more dinosaurs. There's a Chunkingosaurus, a Giganotosaurus and a Lystrosaurus all lurking under here. That brings our confirmed genus from this video alone to 11. I've got to be honest, I was surprised about Troodon, but Archaeornithomimus and Chunkingosaurus are both much more surprising to me. The others I've just mentioned all make sense, they're all canonical inclusions, but I don't know, if this means Struthiomimus has been cut, I don't know how I'll feel about that. But on the other hand, does that mean spending 3 valuable spots on Archaeornithomimus, Gallimimus and Struthiomimus? I really thought Archae was not going to make the cut. Anyway, something fun happens here. They get shafted by their eBay seller. I think we've all been there. And instead of Gallimimus, we end up with a very angry Tyrannosaurus Rex, replete with this lovely cobalt blue coloration and orange-white underbelly countershading. The Rex, understandably, isn't happy with its enclosure, and so in response we get a new response facility. We posited this earlier, but as you can see, you can choose between the several different era appearances on the left hand side. There is only 3 though, Jurassic World, Jurassic Park and the DIN. I would have expected more. We have seen Biosyn style buildings in the past. Perhaps some like Malta are now folded into the workshop, etc. more so. Either way, this is a new DIN one. The dinosaur capture process looks to be largely the same, but we do get one change here at the end. Now typically when you knock a dinosaur out, of course you'd be able to sell that dinosaur if you wanted to, but that's no longer the case. Here, as you can see, your only removal option if you don't want this dinosaur to remain in your park is to rewild it. In fact, it actively costs you money to go through this process. I have to imagine that this is in response to the new breeding mechanic and perhaps a worry from Frontier that people would simply mass breed dinosaurs and set up breeding farms basically. Make a ton of money and not really have to worry about the rest of your park. Now, a breeding farm would cost you money, not gain you money, unless this is a unique conceit for this level of course. But I think overall this would make sense. Rewilding dinosaurs certainly fits the themes of the game a little bit better, and it should make breeding a more conscious, thoughtful decision. And if only the real world was like that, right? That's about it for this video anyway. There's a glimpse of the zip lines moving over the Patico Titan with an absolutely gorgeous skin, and really this view shows off the dinosaur beautifully, particularly the way those spines undulate down the back. That and the aforementioned T-Rex skull on the wall, there you go. That is it from this. I say that's it, but 11 confirmed new genera? Those are the following: Dimorphodon, Troodon, Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, Archaeornithomimus, Microceratus, Morus intrepidus, Nasutoceratops, Chunkingosaurus, Giganotosaurus, Lystrosaurus. Wild. In one video. Let me know what you think about the new confirmed dinosaurs in the comment section down below. Are you as surprised as I am about Archae and Chunking in particular returning? Throw me a like if you enjoyed the video, stick around for much more Jurassic World Evolution 3 news and analysis, maybe even tomorrow as well, I'm just saying. Cheers, much love as always, bye bye.